Alright guys, Mike Boy 316 here with another video, and today's going to be a retro review. It's going to be Backlash 2000, there it is. And just before you say anything, no, it was never released on DVD. This is the exact copy of the VHS. I put it to DVD. I've got like all the In Your Houses, all the King of the Rings, the War to Settle the Score, the big event, the Brawl Blend at all. So, basically any pay-per-view you want, all the fully loadeds, all the backlashes, I got them. So today's going to be Backlash 2000. And the opening match was Edge and Christian defending the tag team titles versus X-Pac and Road Dogg. Great opening tag match. Deborah McMichaels was the special ring announcer for the match. DX takes advantage at the beginning of the match. They go back and forth. Finally Edge hits a spear on Road Dogg, and then Christian goes and gets the ring bell, nails X-Pac, who's busted wide open, and gets the pinfall to retain the tag titles. And X-Pac had to get stitches later that night. But great opening contest, great match right there. It was a good opener for the show. Next one was Dean Malenko versus Scotty 2 Hotty for the light heavyweight title. Actually a pretty good match, very good. Dean Malenko spends a lot of time during the match working on Scotty's leg, trying to set up for the Texas Cloverleaf, obviously. And Scotty 2 Hotty finally battles back, actually hits the worm on Dean Malenko. And of course, before the match, they had showed a replay of Malenko beating Scotty for the belt on SmackDown right before the Backlash pay-per-view. So Scotty was trying to win it back, and superplex gets hit off the top rope by Dean Malenko. Scotty kicks out. He hits the Tiger Bomb. Scotty kicks out. So very good match back and forth. And then finally it ends with Scotty 2 Hotty tries to go back for a superplex off the top. Malenko counters into a top rope DDT, which looked devastating. And Malenko retains the light heavyweight title. Great match. Next one we have is Big Boss Man and Bo Buchanan versus the APA. Not a bad match, just an okay tag match. It was what it was. And back and forth, a lot of brawling on the outside, stuff like that. And finally, Bo Buchanan hits the leg drop off the top rope and gets the pin. So nothing much to say about that one. Next we have Crash defending the Hardcore title versus Hardcore Holly, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, Perry Saturn, and Taz. And Crash is the champion for the Hardcore title. It's a 6-way match. It's false count anywhere, but you have to pin Crash to win the match. And Crash can pin anybody to end the match. Great freaking match. They even fight on the structure at the opening of the rampway. Matt Hardy jumps off of there onto the whole pile. Great stuff. Also, you see Matt and Jeff fighting each other at one point. And also Crash and Hardcore fighting each other, of course. They're cousin, the Hollies. See Taz and Perry Saturn fight each other. Great action. Trash can lids, trash cans. You see stop signs. So many great stuff. So as I go through that match, that's an awesome freaking match. Finally ends when Taz hits Perry Saturn hits Taz with a stop sign, and Crash crawls in for the cover. Crash retains the Hardcore title. Great freaking match right there. Yeah, next one we got Big Show versus Kurt Angle. Very short match. It only went 2 minutes and 35 seconds. But it was supposed to be Big Show and Kurt Angle against Edge and Christian, I think, for the tag titles on SmackDown. And Big Show came out wearing a kilt and stuff like that, and trying to have fun. And Kurt Angle was getting pissed at him, and he turned on Kurt at the end of the match. So this is how this match got set up. But then he comes out here at Backlash 2000 dressed up as Hulk Hogan. Real American plays, everything like that. Even talks like Hogan. Awesome. 24-inch pythons, does all that, having fun. Yeah, he even does the big boot in the leg drop. Kurt Angle kicks out of the leg drop. And then just Big Show snaps, takes Angle with a choke slam, pins him 1, 2, 3. So, great. Short match there, a comedy match. Pretty cool. Next we have TNA Test Albert with Trish Stratus against the Dudley Boyz. And this stems from Bubba wanting to put Trish to a table, and he's starting to have feelings for Trish Stratus, and every time he tries to put her to a table, he just kisses him or stuff like that, and yeah, he's smitten with Trish. So during the match, Trish is trying to distract Bubba, and TNA actually gets the win with Tess getting the big boot on Bubba because Trish was on the apron, got distracted, and they got nailed with the big boot. At the end of the match, Bubba takes Trish, grabs her by the hair, tries to get her to the table. Trish tries to kiss him, try to get away. He then pauses for a minute, grabs her by the hair again, puts her up on the top rope, powerbomb right through the table. Awesome stuff right there. But not a bad tag match. Next we have Eddie Guerrero with China versus S.A. Rios with Lita. Again, great match there. Eddie comes out, they're coming from their prom, comes out in the big long limousine, I guess, and drives that right to the rampway. And then he's fighting in his tuxedo pants. So him and S.A. Rios fight for the European title, and big old monkey flip by S.A. Rios sends Eddie halfway across the ring. So some great stuff there. Planche over the top rope by S.A. Rios, nails Eddie outside, and then China nails S.A. Rios a few times, and Lita tries to interfere, but doesn't work. China's trying right there to stop her, and all in all, very good match. Eddie finally hits the brainbuster on S.A. Rios, and then nails him with a spinning neck breaker, kind of like airplane spin to a spinning neck breaker, and gets the win and retains the European title. After the match, Lita goes in the ring, strips China down to her bra and panties. So, all pretty good European title match. Next we have Chris Benoit versus Jericho for the Intercontinental title. Great freaking match right here. Back and forth. Finally, hard chops. They exchange chops for a while. Holy crap. Benoit tries to use the abdominal stretch to wear down Jericho. Jericho hits the moonsault, and gets the 2 count. And then, as the match goes on, Benoit gets the Crippler crossface on Jericho, gets the ropes. Jericho gets the walls of Jericho, and Benoit gets to the ropes. And then, at the end, is where it gets pretty cool. The referee gets knocked down, and then by a flying forearm by Jericho, because Benoit docked. And at the end, Benoit gets the Intercontinental title, nails Jericho, and only gets a 2 count, nails him with the belt. So that was pretty cool. And then the part that I liked was this was actually pretty cool. Benoit goes up for the top rope diving headbutt, and Jericho is laid out. And he grabs the Intercontinental title just as Benoit comes off the top with the diving headbutt. Referee sees it, calls for the disqualification. So still, even the DQ was a pretty cool ending. That was cool. And the last match was Rock versus Stone Cold Steve. Was The Rock versus Triple H. And Shane McMahon was the referee. Vince was at ringside. So was Stephanie McMahon. And yeah, the deck was stacked against the Rock. And everybody's wondering where was Stone Cold. All throughout the night, they were wondering where he was. He hadn't shown up yet. He was supposed to be in The Rock's corner. So, Shane's trying to do fast counts on The Rock. And sometimes he doesn't count for The Rock's pins, stuff like that. The Rock has Triple H covered. He will count. Finally, the Rock nails Shane McMahon, goes over the top rope. And then they brought to the outside. Triple H goes to put the pedigree on The Rock through the table. And Rock counters with a low blow. Grabs Triple H for the rock bottom. Shane gets on top of the table too. So he just boots Shane. Gets both Shane and Triple H into the rock bottom through the table. That was a cool spot. And then now both, obviously the referee's down. So now Vince nails Rock with the belt and has Patterson and Briscoe come down, trying to be the referees and stuff. And then all of a sudden you hear the glass break. Stone Cold Steve Austin comes down, nails everybody with a chair except The Rock. Nails Patterson, Briscoe, Triple H, and everybody. Shane McMahon, Vince, everybody. And finally, Linda McMahon comes down the aisle with Earl Hebner, who was fired by Vince. And then finally, Rock hits the people's elbow. Linda tells Earl to go in. 1, 2, 3. New WWE champion, The Rock. Great freaking match. And then Austin comes back out with his pickup truck and celebrates with The Rock and then leaves. So, Backlash 2000, great pay-per-view. The matches you should check out are obviously Rock versus Triple H, the 6-way hardcore match, Benoit Jericho, and the opening tag match for the tag titles, Edge and Christian versus X Factor Road Dogg. I give that pay-per-view a good 7.5 out of 10. Great pay-per-view, and thank you for watching this review. If you want me to review anything else, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you.